Welcome back to Sushimi's House. I'm your loving host, Master Sushimi, joined today by my sweet sister, Ice Bubbie.
Hello.
And we're back with some more Wuppo. Let's see if we can't find Uber Hank, who is... Oh god, I hate these things.
Not you. God, they're mean.
They really are.
They're fucking hard, too. Oh. We have a little company, but not in the room. The baby boy knocking at our door. Hasn't started crying just yet, but I'm sure it will come soon. I go around, yeah.
Yeah, I know I have to go around. I was just... Oh god.
Help. Okay, and there goes our mother nagging at the little boy. Like, get down here. I had the perfect opportunity to talk about it during the last session because we talked about teeth so much, but I didn't want to...
Where's Uber Hank?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know where Uber Hank is.
I kind of figured he would be back.
Yeah. Is he now in jail? Okay. Oh, there's Orange Hat Fellow.
Yeah.
No Uber Hank, though.
Wait. Rain's about to come fuck me up. Yeah. I know your games.
I know your shit.
Maybe he's at the we haven't been to the factory, I don't think.
No. I don't think so. So, I guess in case teeth talk yucks you out, although I'm not going into any detail at all, because that's boring. There's no point to do that. So, Jonathan had his wisdom teeth taken out last week. And you know, most of the time when you have that done, you gotta have, especially if it's more than just like one tooth, you get laughing gas and you get general anesthesia, which leads for funny stories. In his case, he actually did really well. Like, you know, which I remember it wore off about after an hour for me too. And his, I think, lasted about that long as well. I was not there for it because I was at work. But his best friend was like keeping me in the loop because he's the one that took him, picking him up, and then was kind of texting me, keeping me updated. And
this is all the factory has to offer.
Lame. The one big thing, I guess you would get smart out of it if you like are working. Or sorry, not smart, credit.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm having a thought before I bounce. Sorry, continue your story.
No, you're fine. He didn't say too much, but one thing he did say that's funny. So, for context, despite Jonathan being somebody who actually chews his food the amount of times you're supposed to chew it, which leads to his jaw getting tired, which leads to him being like, I'm bored of eating, does not like soup. You would think somebody who does not like chewing a lot would like soup because you just drink it. But he's like, well, if I wanted to drink something, I would just drink water. Like,
I need to talk to you about your choice in partner.
I listened. This was
because nobody who doesn't like soup is like a good person.
Actually, let me dial back.
Wait.
He likes a soup with things like, if for example, in Soyao, loves in Soyao.
Okay.
He loves a not just potato soup, but like a
loaded
potato soup. He's like, the soup has to have stuff in it. Ramen. Likes ramen.
Okay, he doesn't like broth.
He doesn't like if a soup doesn't have a lot going on. Like, soup is not his favorite category of food. He will eat a soup just fine. It's just gotta have some going on. You know?
Yes,
which is fair. I get it, right? Because if you just have me drink broth, then what are we doing here? So like I get it. But of course, with wisdom teeth being taken out, I was like, well, you're gonna have to just get over it and have at least day one, it's soup only, because you can't chew. You're gonna be all numbed up, all swollen, which he wasn't, by the way. First time I've ever heard of somebody having their wisdom teeth taken out and having zero swelling, and I'm not exaggerating when I say zero. Zero swelling, zero pain.
That's buck wild.
He's a success story, but in such a wild way, but it also pisses me off because he's very hard-headed about stuff like that. So it's like I do things because I'm prepared, but then he's like, you don't need to do them, I'll be fine. And then I'm like, well, what if you're not? And then he comes out fine, which is good, but then I get a big fat I told you so, and it's like, you suck the moon right out of the fucking sky.
Yeah, that's the worst kind of person to validate.
Because it's like, I'm glad you're okay, but like, there was no guarantee you would have been. He's like, there's no guarantee you would have been okay. And he's like, well, I knew I'd be okay. And it's like, but you don't know. You don't just know. Like, you got lucky. Anyway.
What's happening on the screen? Okay,
so,
bye. That's making me dizzy.
Of course, I texted his friend a lot of detail, including like how to get into our place, because I was like, I mean, if Jonathan's all doped up, he's not gonna even know how to get into our house. Our key's not normal, by the way. Like, we have a weird apartment key. But, oh, there it is.
Cutscene. Revis!
Revis!
You brought him to me?
Yeah.
My friend.
My friend.
Whatever it is that you're doing, please stop. This worm here destroyed my body. And my teeth. I really like those. But I forgave all of that, and now this one brought me to you. Revis, your friends are invading the city. We must stop them together. Yes, it is our problem. We have to solve it, my old friend. Wum, thanks for helping us.
You're welcome.
Come to me, my friend.
Aw.
Wums of Popo City. This kind Wum has reunited me with my pet Brevis. Together, Brevis and I will solve the Neft infestation.
Uh-oh.
Somebody died? Enjoy the upcoming expansion of New Populon, and don't forget to visit my observatory. I expect the water to be clean pretty soon. That was all. Time to open the credit stream. Oh.
We
Okay.
hit the 100,000.
Yeah. Now we can go to the drill hall?
Yes. So I told his
save
friend
real quick.
basically like, look, please, you know, keep that in mind. If he pukes, here's towels, yada yada, everything that he would need. Taking care of someone 101, except again, didn't need it at all. Great. One of those things included, hey, by the way, I made him 2 different types of soup. One of them being a chicken noodle soup with really teeny tiny noodles and chicken that, I mean, I didn't just shred the chicken, I pulverized the chicken. It was a powder by the time I was done with it. Because I was like, well, I want you to have some sustenance, but also I don't want you to choke on it or not be able to chew it. So let's just pulverize some chicken, basically.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
I did. And then some other soup. So he like takes him to the house and they're trying to figure out like, okay, like, and he's like, oh, I want to eat, like, he's like, oh, I'm hungry, I want to eat. And of course his friend's like, okay, well, you have 2 options. You have this soup or that soup. And he was loopy enough to where he was unfiltered, but not so loopy that he was totally out of his mind, and very loudly proclaimed, fuck soup. Just like, fuck soup. Like, literally just looked at him and went, fuck soup. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, you don't really have a choice, because that's what she made you, unless you want mushed up tuna or chicken salad. And then he, I guess, had a little hissy fit where, because they went to the grocery store to go pick up the prescription because it wasn't ready immediately after. And while there, he was like, I want potato soup. I want this potato soup. Made him go to fucking Chili's to go get him soup. I'm like, so let me get this straight. You won't have my soup, but you'll have goddamn chili soup. He did end up, when he was more with lucid, he was very grateful for the soup, and he's like, I do still stand by what I said.
Fuck
you know
soup.
I don't like soup. Fuck soup. But I realized that you made it with love, and I had to drink it because of my teeth. I just dead ass. Oh, also, so he doesn't know this. Nothing like terrible. So the reason he even had his what's that? Oh, you looked at me like you were expecting me to say something. I guess let's do the cutscene first.
Okay, this is very strange. It's not supposed to be possible. Why is this an open place?
Uh-oh.
Does this mean we aren't alone? It's a bit spooky, don't you think?
Is this
I'm out of here.
Is this where the other guys were?
Maybe. I don't know about you guys, but I'm gonna explore this place. Me too. Okay. We'll join too. How about you?
Sure, why not?
Okay, let's go.
So the reason he got this done at all is he didn't really need his wisdom teeth taken out. Like his mouth had enough room to accommodate them, but he is considering getting Invisalign or like Smile Direct Club, like some sort of invisible retainer in the future to kind of straighten his teeth out for the wedding, because he's like, well, I want my teeth to look nice so I can take pictures without being like weird about my teeth or something. Very, very sweet, very considerate. And so his friend texted me being like, he has told me that he is getting Invisalign about 5 times now. And every time does not remember that he has already told me. And I feel bad telling him he's already told me. So I just kind of go, yeah.
You gotta grab her.
Little grippy. And so, and of course when I came home and like they both woke up, because when I came home they were both taking a nap. Both got up. He was totally with it, totally lucid, like slightly sleepy because, you know, he'd gone through a lot. And we were chatting, and at some point, hours, and I'm leaning hours into this conversation because I came home at like 3 o'clock, and his friend didn't leave until 9. Hours later, he's like, he kind of hits him in the leg and goes, oh yeah, man, by the way, did I tell you why I got this done? And like, his friend, complete neutral face, is like, oh yeah, maybe? And he's like, yeah, no, I'm thinking about getting Invisalign. And his friend with a completely straight face, oh yeah, man, really? He's like, yeah, man. I literally had to cover my face because I was trying not to laugh so fucking hard.
That's so
because
funny.
He just didn't remember telling his friend 5 times before then that he was getting Invisalign done. So he doesn't know that he mentioned it that often, or if he does not remember. So
That's very good. Thank you for telling me this.
Oh yeah, man.
Also, it's a good thing he doesn't really watch this.
It is funny because sometimes he'll do or say something goofy, and then it's followed by, please don't talk about this during the next recording. I'm like, come on. I'm like, you can't not let me.
Well.
Interesting.
Oh, wait.
Do we gotta do it again?
Please, no.
I know. How you do?
Fuck me.
Why you can't die? Why you can't die? Yep. Yes, Scallywag. Get the thing for us, please.
Just take my fucking money. Just go.
Take my damn money.
I was gonna go break that dude out of jail, make my money back. Because you need a popo hat for that. And so I was like, maybe there's a way to get a popo hat. And turns out, yes, there is. You just progress the story.
I really do love how you whistle. I did
like a squeaky toy.
I did very much do the like mom calling the kids from the house or the porch being like, it's dark out, you need to come inside. Because again, his friend was at our place for, well, when I was there, 6 hours. And so of course at 9 o'clock or right before 9 o'clock, he was like, all right, I should head on out. And I was like, yeah, of course. But you know, no way was I trying to rush him because he's a good hang. It's his best friend. Also, like, I knew he had slept very little, so when I first came home and found them sleeping, that's why I did not disturb him, didn't wake him up, because I was like, well, let me let him get some rest, because he just did us a big favor. And then, of course, when I came home, fed him, gave him some empanadas and some food I had around. And we really liked it. I let him try, like, a bolong as well. And
Oh, that's right. I forgot you got that. From
yeah, I got one, and
spot.
I got 2 for Jonathan, but he only ended up eating 1. And then by the time, I mean, he couldn't eat the second one because then he had his teeth taken out. So I was like, all right, like, you know, finder's keeper, so it's mine now. But then when his friend was there, I was like, well, let me split it. Like, let me let him try something. He loved it. He liked that. He liked the empanada too, because I had 2 plantain and cheese ones. But anyway, so his friend was there like many hours, and then I went, okay. And he's like, all right, I gotta start heading out. I was like, yeah, of course. Jonathan was like, well, let me walk you down. And I was like, okay, just like be careful because you may still. And he's like, I'm not groggy, I'm not loopy, but fine, I appreciate your concern. And then walked him down, and so like I went, got ready for bed, and then was like, man, he's still not back. I was like, okay, well, let me just like go out on the balcony and see if maybe, you know, see if I can see them from the balcony. Sure enough, I could, right down there. They were talking in the parking lot, and I was like, okay, that's fair. They're trying to like catch up, you know. It's cool. I'm sure they'll wrap up here soon. And 30 minutes pass, and I'm like, damn, y'all are still out there talking, like, before leaving. And it's like, I want to go to sleep, but I want to make sure you make it back into the apartment safely. So I did like a big... Did you have to do it whenever they weren't looking or something?
Guess so.
Do we need to be there and beat him up? Shoot him? Violence? Violence is the answer. No. $25. Yeah, sure.
Alright, yeah, whatever.
I like that you're a town not interested in Smirt, but then you ask for Smirt often.
Yeah, just like...
Not get caught. That's fair. They were out there for 2.5 hours.
Just standing out there?
Just standing out there by the car talking. I was like, oh, I eventually, I did like a big loud whistle to basically be like, come on, you know. And he texted me and he's like, oh, I'm coming. Don't worry. We're just wrapping up. And I'm like, okay. I got in bed. Still couldn't sleep because I'm like, I mean, it's dark. It's night out. Like, it's safer for him, but still, like, I don't know. I just want to make sure he gets back into the house. Like, okay, before I go to sleep, and then he can do whatever the fuck he wants. So finally, after like an hour, I was like, I can't stay up anymore. Like, I'm tired. So eventually, I fell asleep. But when he got back in bed, I was like, don't talk to me.
What's your problem, dude?
He got in bed at like midnight, and I was like, do you not remember that you just had like dental work done today? Also, you took a painkiller like 4 hours before then. Ooh. So I'm like, I was like, did that not sedate you even a little bit? Did it not make you sleepy? So yeah, you weren't be out there for 2.5 fucking hours. I barely felt like a,
okay.
Get back inside, it's dark.
I think I have to wait until he's like on the second level.
Yeah. Oh, but then the other one catches him.
Ah, damn it. Okay, hold on. We gotta try it one more time.
One more again.
One more again. God damn it. Please, these controls, man, they're so whack.
Come on, man.
Don't. I'm being vulnerable right now.
Opening up.
Yeah, no, dude. Sometimes you just get those hangs. Where it's just like, actually, we're gonna stand out here for like 2 hours.
And like, I felt bad because I was like, because of course the next day he was like, I'm sorry, like I didn't mean to worry you, I didn't mean to keep you. Well, actually, when he got in bed, he of course knew he woke me up when he got in bed, and he did like a little back scratch, like, oh, I'm sorry. And I of course didn't respond, even though he knows I'm awake. And he was like, I love you, and I'm like, I love you too, but we will talk tomorrow. Like, I'm tired.
But you're a butthole.
Yeah, I'm like, that was a little. I'm like, you guys could have just talked in the apartment. Like, I didn't kick him out by any means. You guys could have just stayed. Hell, if you wanted fresh air, you could have just talked on the balcony. Like, we have a nice balcony with nice chairs. You could have just, you know, sat there. And he's like, I know. He's like, to be fair, I didn't expect to talk that long. We just like really got into it. And I was like, I hear you, but again, I had work in the morning.
Yeah, I'm supposed to wait for him to leave?
I don't know.
Yeah, it seems like he's just headed out.
Yeah, I think that's better.
Hey, we just saw a prisoner run out. We must have freed him.
I think you still have to pay the.
But you thought you'd get away with it?
Yeah, you still have to pay the smart.
Yeah, the penalty for this would usually be a prison sentence. I think this woman's new here. Maybe we shouldn't be too harsh.
Yeah, how would he know that it's illegal to free a prisoner?
Alright, I guess 25 smirt for like 250 smirts.
That's
not bad.
Not terrible. Yeah, just hand it over. Thanks. Alright, next time, more
Right.
crime.
Yep, next time at Sushimi's house. Later.
Bye.
You gotta know you're in for something special. You gotta feel it in your bones. Oh, you're gonna find what you need all in time. If you're looking for it, na 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 na. If you're looking for?